No, it's only for me and
Okay,
you.
okay, just me and you. Just me and you. What are you doing?
No peep.
All right, so I have been slacking in my vlog creations. I was on a roll. I have been enjoying and loving vlogging what it's like to live, as a mom of 3, living a fit lifestyle, healthy eating, kind of showing you behind the scenes, because I do want to share with everyone out there that it is possible and you don't have to give yourself up and give up caring for yourself because you have kids. Now, that being said, mom life gets in the way, especially, when it's younger ones and you're kind of breaking into new territory of childhood, of things that you don't ever think or imagine you would deal with when you're thinking of becoming a parent. When you think, oh, I want to have kids, I want to have a baby, you don't think, oh, my kid's going to struggle in this way with this behavior, or, they're going to be diagnosed with this because, that's what happened. You don't think about those things. I mean, if you're really honest with yourself and you know how you are as a person, then maybe you may think, oh, I'm kind of like, hyper, so maybe there's a chance my kid, but you don't, even if the idea comes into your mind, you don't actually think about, I guess, I don't want to say the consequences, but the struggles that you would have to watch your own child go through. And that is what is truly heartbreaking. And that is what I'm going through right now. So instead of posting a video about how I'm starting to diet for a photo shoot, or I've been dieting and what my workouts are like, I'm going to share with you some real mom stuff. What's amazing about social media and the internet now is that you can put something out there and be vulnerable and put out the truth about something that maybe you'd be a little more, secretive or self-conscious about. And there's so much support out there. Basically, in a nutshell, the past few weeks, my time has been consumed researching ADHD. Usher, our 5.5-year-old, was recently diagnosed with ADHD. To be honest, it's not a shocker whatsoever. I know a lot of people say, oh, this 5-year-old boy, he's hyper, they're all going to have energy, but there's many parts of ADHD. It's not just a hyper kid. It's the impulsivity, distractibility, attentiveness. There's also a very strong emotional part and a sensory part that we're dealing with. And to be honest, this is something in Asher's personality that I've seen since he was like 6 months old. I mean, he was like making silly faces at us and trying to make us laugh since before he could talk. He's just always had a very animated personality. So it's honestly no shocker that we're now dealing with a diagnosis and we're being told that there's something wrong with him. And this is not even a knock to the psychologist we went to or his teachers, because I absolutely love his teachers. I love the psychologist we took him to. I think they're great people and they're doing their job. I know that Usher is not going to make teachers' lives easy in school. He's an animated kid. He's going to be the class clown. He loves to make people laugh. He has a very hard time controlling his impulses with his body. That's why he's such an awesome dancer, awesome singer, and he's great at anything he puts his mind to. And that is what is so amazing about kids who have this diagnosis, is that you can put them into something that they love and they will focus like crazy on it. It's the things that they don't enjoy. And it's not just not wanting to pay attention. It's his body movements. It's those verbal impulses. Things that will be distracting in school. And you know what? It sucks that society puts this box around kids because we have to go to school. Education is so important. But at the same time, it sucks that that is what is determining how the child should be. because if they can't sit still, if they can't sit in their seat, they can't focus, they can't finish this homework that every other child is supposed to also finish, and we're all supposed to be on the same level, that dictates if there's something right or wrong with your child. And in turn, that is going to hurt their confidence. That's going to make them feel bad about themselves. And that is what we are, kind of experiencing with Usher. I don't think we're quite there yet because he still is in pre-K. He's not even in kindergarten. But at the same time, we're already getting the medication talk. We're already being told he's going to need to be on medication. This right here, if I'm talking about any journey, my fitness journey comes like 500th to this. I mean, it's like, does not even come close to the importance of this journey that I feel like I'm about to go on. And this journey is my journey of finding not a cure, I don't think there's a cure, but an alternative to dealing with these ADHD symptoms. He's an amazing, kind-hearted, sweet, funny boy, and I don't want to change any of that. I just want him to be able to pay attention in school, focus on his work, and not feel like he's a bad kid because he can't pay attention to what the teacher's doing. So I'm hoping that this journey that I'm about to be on, because I have been using up all my time that I can to research, I'm hoping that it can give other parents some insight who may not have these resources that I'm very fortunate I do have here. Maybe they have no idea that these things are possible or these things can work. And honestly, I have no clue if these things are going to work. I am starting right now and hoping for the best and seeing what happens. So I'm going to share with you right now what I am doing. I'm going to tell you a program to look up. The first thing I would suggest looking up, and this is a book, I bought it, read it. It's a long read, but it's so valuable, and it's so, the thing with this is that you can try it and you can put your heart into it and do it to the T, and if it doesn't work, he's not been hurt for, by anything. Everything is natural. So the first thing to look up is called the Nemchek protocol. I'm not going to give you all the details, but it has a lot to do with these disorders, including autism, being connected to brain inflammation and your gut health. So there are three things that, four things, but three things that he recommends, and the fourth is what to avoid. So the number one is to avoid omega-6, anything with omega-6s. So these are like the vegetable oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, things, those oils are something that should be avoided. So it's things that you really should be reading in the ingredients, everything from how your food is being cooked to bread. So you want to eliminate omega-6 because omega-6 is an inflammatory fatty acid. So take omega-6 out. In place, you want to supplement with omega-3, and Nordic Naturals is a really good brand. This is 530 milligrams and a half a teaspoon, so I'm doing a little bit above that. I'm doing about 800 milligrams of omega-3. That has an anti-inflammatory effect. Along with that will be omega-9 in olive oil. So the olive oil, EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, specifically from California, because there's more regulation from California with olive oils, and so there's no contamination, and it's what you're getting. So you're going to combine those two, and then the third thing will be the prebiotic inulin, which is a fiber, and that is going to really target your gut, your small intestines, and really focus on the gut health. And so all three of these things combined, it's not an overnight thing. It's not like handing him a medication, which is the easy thing to do. It's being consistent, giving it to him every day, and in weeks' time, there should be a difference. I should be able to see a difference. I actually told him, because I put it in a protein shake, and I told him he has to drink it because he's very, very picky. And I told him he has to drink it, and he could get his reward. Honestly, for things like this, if I have to bribe a little, I don't care, because if I'm getting it into him, then, that's the battle right now. So I will bribe a little bit right now if I have to, and then hopefully he just will know that, okay, every morning we drink a shake. I don't even give him a lot. I give him like this much to make sure he finishes the whole thing, but he loves it. I put chocolate and peanut butter. And I did tell him, like, I couldn't even hide it. I told him, you have to drink it. Why? Why would she be forcing me to drink this? Because it has I told him it has omegas in it. It's going to help your brain. It's going to help you focus. I take it. I say mommy takes it. It's a supplement like Redcon 1, and he was all for it. It was fine. You know, it doesn't make him feel anything. So just like taking a vitamin, I told him it's a vitamin for his brain. So that is the NEM-check protocol. And the other thing I am trying is blue-green algae. So it actually looks like glitter, but it's another form of omega, and I am putting a half a teaspoon in with a shake as well. It's like everywhere, and that is just another healthy, natural source that could potentially benefit him and you know, just really help out his symptoms. The last thing that I have not tried, but I did actually throw this out there and I got a ton of positive feedback, is CBD oil. Could be slightly controversial, but I feel like there's enough research in it now where it shouldn't be. You know, yes, it's derived from THC, but there's no THC in it, so he's not feeling anything from it. And there's tons of research right now talking about the benefits of CBD oil. I myself have actually used it, and I am amazed by the effects. And I cannot even say it's a placebo effect because, for kind of going off for a second, I suffered from canker sores, chronic canker sores for 2 years. Literally felt like I was cursed. Could not talk, eat. It was like the worst thing ever. For 2 years, I was getting them chronically. I started taking CBD oil. Literally have not gotten one since then. And that is, I mean, there's no reason for me to lie about this. I'm not behind any CBD oil company, and there's really nothing for me if I were to lie about this. So I know CBD oil works, 100% hands down. For children, the dosages, I have no clue. So I myself am still doing the research on that. If these other supplements work, then that's amazing. If I have to add in CBD, I will do that. You know, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it at least 6 to 8 weeks and see what happens with this. And, but that is another option I'm throwing out there. If anyone out there actually has any more information on that, on specific dosages, if you have seen improvements yourself or with your child from taking that, you know, let me know, because right now I'm on a quest to beat the medication, to not have to go there with him. I am just determined to do things naturally. I've brought him running with me at 5:30 in the morning. That didn't really work the morning I did it, so it's something that I'm going to try to incorporate back in. But he, you know, he does jujitsu, he swims, he plays piano. He's a busy, busy kid because I am putting all of his energy into these things, but it's getting through school that's going to be the real struggle. So this is my journey. It's not a typical fit mom journey, but it is a mom journey. And I hope this struggle can help someone else out there and we can get through this together. Stay tuned for more updates.